Hey guys, Backyard Scientist here. I just got done building these awesome fire tornadoes. The coolest part, they have no moving parts. So let's rewind and I'll show you how I built them. In order to make our fire tornado, we're gonna need to cut some glass. And if you've never cut glass before, there's pretty much the easy way, which is like a Dremel or something with a diamond cutoff wheel. And then there's the hard way. And this is kind of pretty hard to get working. Oh, crap. We're just not gonna do this. We're gonna be focusing on the easy way, which is with diamond cutoff wheels. But no matter which way you decide to go with, you're gonna need a bunch of glass to practice with. So I went to Goodwill and I just got a ton of glass vases and they're super cheap there. Cutting glass with the diamond wheel is pretty straightforward. You just have to kind of remember to keep water on the glass or the wheel. It gives you cleaner cuts and prolongs the life of the blade, and that's important because these things are kind of expensive. For the Dremel, I just used water running over the glass, but for the angle grinder, I built this death trap that feeds water directly onto the wheel. I shouldn't have to tell you that mixing water and power tools is a bad idea, but hopefully plugging it into a GFCI outlet will save me if something goes wrong. Alright, so I've been cutting these glass vases all day, and I broke a ton of them, but I did end up with 3 pretty good ones. Anyway, let me just get to the point. Let me show you how to make one of these into a fire tornado. Pretty much all you need is like some kind of rubbing alcohol or flammable fluid like lighter fluid and something to hold it in. I'm going to be using one of these little tea light candle holders. Take some of your fuel, and you pour it in. Okay, so there's a rubbing alcohol flame, and notice it kind of has just like a yellow, lazy flame going on. But watch what happens when we put the vase over it. So at first we'll put it right over it, and nothing really interesting happens, it's still a lazy flame. But watch what happens when we offset the glass cylinders a little bit. It instantly spins up into a fire tornado, and that's pretty cool. So basically what's happening here is the air is coming in through either side, and it's spinning around on the inside of the glass, pulling the fire upwards. And actually that can give you pretty good visualization. Let me get some methanol, which burns clear. Alright, so I've got a little bit of methanol on fire here, and you can't really see it because it burns with an invisible flame, but when I bring the smoke close, you can tell that it gets caught in the convection currents. So if we take these and we put it on here like this, you'll see the smoke gets drawn in there. And now you can visualize the convection currents that are going on inside of here. Oh, I forgot, I guess I colored that flame a little bit red. Which reminds me, there's a bunch of really cool things you can do with this. By putting these smoldering fire starters on the inside of the glass, it created a neat smoke tornado. That is so cool. Check this out. We can color the flame bright red if we use lithium. I took this lithium out of batteries and it burns so red. That's awesome, and it's super bright. That's like the same color that I see with my eyes. So cool. But we can take it one step further. So this is a special container I made. It can hold 2 different types of fuel. So in one side we can add green, red to the other side. Light the whole thing on fire in accident. I think this might be the first example of a multicolored fire tornado, and I think it worked really well. It took a little bit of experimenting to get the colors just right so they don't interfere with each other too much, but once I got it in, it worked fine. The boric acid that I used to color the flame green is completely consumed, but most of the lithium stays behind, so I can use it over and over. I also made this butane-powered base out of an old camping grill. Just screws in like that, with a little light. Using these fuel canisters is way more convenient. You can leave it unattended without having to refill the alcohol every couple of minutes. It also looks much nicer, it's adjustable, and if you knock it over, you won't have to deal with a fire caused by a huge puddle of flaming liquid. That's all for this episode of the Backyard Scientist.